what is the Model S really all about? It's about breaking a spell. The world has been under this illusion that electric cars cannot be as good as gasoline cars, that if you have to go with an electric car, you're accepting a product that's worse. What the Model S is fundamentally about is breaking that illusion. It's showing that an electric car can in fact be the best car in the world. That's what makes it really important. What we believe customers will discover, as we've talked about a little already, is that this is the best car in every dimension that matters. Whether it's performance, safety, handling, the interior, the technology, the interface, the styling, aesthetics, it's really something that's fundamentally better. And I mean, that's thanks to the fantastic team we have here at Tesla. So I just want to say thank you guys. You rock. It's such a pleasure to work with the whole Tesla team. You've heard from JB, who's been central to driving the technology, Franz, who's been key to figuring out the overall product, the aesthetics, the interface, and what it feels like to have this car. And then there are also people like Gilbert and Doug in manufacturing, Jerome, who's the Model S program manager, here's Deepak in finance. We've got such a great team. It's really been an incredible team effort. Also, I'd like to thank NHTSA. And we have Mr. Strickland here, who's right there. Thank you. We appreciate working with NHTSA because we share NHTSA's goal of making automotive transport much safer, and we're really aspiring with the Model S to create a new benchmark in automotive safety. So we really appreciate working with you in that regard. And we also appreciate the Department of Energy and Mike Mates. Thank you for standing by us all this time. We hope to really do good by the Department of Energy and show that the support was warranted and that there's a fundamental good that's been achieved. So thank you. Of course, there is this plant itself. At one point, employed 5,000 people when it was called NUMMI. The long-term goal of Tesla, we already have 2,000 people, is to exceed that in employment. That is, and we're proud to employ a lot of ex-NUMMI workers here and really show that high-tech manufacturing, automotive manufacturing can be done in California, in fact, even in the Bay Area, and make the best cars in the world. So really looking forward to that. Thank you.
4 years ago, not 9, 4 years ago, I walked into a little room in Hawthorne, in a rocket factory, and sat in front of a guy who held out his fist and said, you can take the blue pill or you can take the red pill. I chose the red pill and entered into that wonderland and down the rabbit hole. And judging by all the red that's out here, so did you guys. And we set out to change the world. Right after that moment, we sat down and we actually started talking about what Model S would be. And by that we, I meant Elon and I. And I wasn't wearing the cool shades or that long black jacket, but there was no thunderstorm in the background. But at that moment, it was pivotal because we started talking about what Model S could be. He gave me a laundry list of things that didn't equal a sedan by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, 7 passengers, best aero efficiency, lowest center of gravity, your best 0 to 60 time, any sedan in the market, on and on and on. Best functionality, and of course, the best looking car in the world. Yeah, kind of a laundry list. And I thought, oh gosh, did I take the right pill? I went back to the back end of that big building to a little tent. There were 4 guys, and we set out sculpting a car that hopefully, and I think you guys can probably attest to, will change the world. It was 2008, and we were in a small, humble little environment, aiming at taking on the best in the world, best and the biggest and the baddest. 8 months later, we released our dream. It was a prototype we called Model S. And little over 3 years later, we're standing now in front of that dream. And not only does it hit every single one of those items on that list that we talked about 4 years ago, but it's actually gotten better. It is the safest sedan. It does hold 7 people. It is the most aero-efficient car. It has the lowest center of gravity. It's more functional than some crossover cars, let alone any sedan. I think arguably, and you know, I might be swayed on this, might be the most beautiful sedan in the marketplace. I think one of the things that's most inspiring and most amazing about the journey of these past 4 years is not just the humble beginnings of where we started as a brand, but the humbleness of the team and the people that you're standing next to right now. That drive, that spirit of going down that rabbit hole and trying to change the world isn't for everybody, but it definitely is for the people in this room. And I couldn't imagine working in an environment and creating vehicles like these in any other place in the world. So thank you for letting me work with you. And man, imagine if this is where we're starting, imagine where we're going. That rabbit hole is pretty deep.